let me start off by saying this because I feel like I need to say this out loud in order to be okay with this, which is going to be funny for some of you. I've attempted to do this video about 4 or 5 times now. What I want to talk about is trying new things. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because I've discovered just within the last several weeks that, trying new things has helped me grow and even fast track certain areas of my life by just stepping outside the comfort zone. Now, I'm always inclined to do that, but I know for most people, they aren't. And then all depending on the area of your life in which you need to step outside your comfort zone, that can be intimidating. And I know for me, meeting people isn't intimidating for me, but I realize sometimes when I go out into the world, it's like, will they take me seriously? Will they like me? We still concern ourselves about these things, even though we may walk in confidence, and we may also not be too concerned with whether someone likes you or dislikes you from a personal level. When it comes to our goals, we have this desire and fire to really achieve them. And so we do get a little bit apprehensive or insecure in little moments here and there. But it doesn't mean that we lose stride or drive to achieve those things. So going back to the fact that I started off by saying I attempted to do this 4 or 5 times before is because I was attempting to do this video in a more structured way. Most of my videos, you'll notice that I'm always free flowing. I'm always just going off of the seat of my pants, which is my natural disposition. That's who I am. When you meet me, you're not saying, oh, that's a very structured and orderly chick. Doesn't mean that I don't have structure or order in my life. I do. But my first impression, who I show up as when you meet Corey, isn't, ooh, she's structured. It's more like, ooh, she's fun. Ooh, she's, enthusiastic. She's optimistic. She's really good energy. That's how I show up. And that's how people receive me. So as much as I would love to make videos, and there may be some videos that I can make, or I've probably made 1 or 2. I don't know why my nose is itching so bad, but it is. Anyway, that I've made where there is a sequence and a sequence that everybody can follow. It isn't my natural disposition to make videos that way. I look at everybody else on YouTube. I'm trying to learn from some of the people that I actually like watching, and, how do they structure their videos? How do they break their stuff down to where, they get an audience, right? They get subscribers, if you will. I'm still trying to figure all these things out. But here's the thing. I can't just figure them out by just watching them. I gotta do different things. I gotta discover different things. And this is where I'm talking about trying new things. So I just participated in a social media challenge, and the information that I received from there was very, very eye-opening. Now, understand this about life. It's not what you're taught, but what is caught. And what I caught were certain things that I need to now digest and be like, okay, Corey, you're this way, now, how can you implement more structure into your life? Or how could someone help you implement structure into your life by teaching you certain things and still working with your personality? Because that's the thing for me. You guys have heard me say this repeatedly, that, authenticity is really always my number one thing for me. When I show up, I always attempt to show up authentically all the time. I don't like fake and shady. If you're like that, we can't work at all. Simply because my energy and my aura and who I am as a person will bring that out. In other words, I'll shed light on it. And so I don't want to be around shady people, and I don't want to talk in negatives, because that's another thing too. You got to mind your words and how you express yourself. But nonetheless, all that to say that, I learned a lot from this social media challenge. I'm trying to figure out who I can connect with that will help me with that structure as far as building this channel and building this community without me having to step outside of myself, because I refuse to. Plain and simple. I am not going to show up as anyone else but Corey Jordan, and that's that. And so, with that said, I have a lot of work to do as far as, not only just meeting other people, because I've met quite a few people, which is great. This is helpful, especially when you're goal driven. You need to meet people who are in position to help you get to the places that you need to go, because they've been there already. A major part of our problem is that we are looking to other people who may not have the same type of vision that we have, who may not have the same resources that we're looking for, who may not even know where the heck you're going because they've never been there. And so how can you rely on people, places, and things that are not at the level or the caliber of where you're looking to be and go? Doesn't that just make sense? So with that, you've got to try new things. You've got to step outside of your comfort zone. You've got to think outside of the box. And if you can't think outside of the box, at least think about what it is that you're trying to achieve, and then go look for the who, go look for the what, if it's, something tangible, and weave that together with your own personality, with your own scope, your own perspective. You've got to be willing to be able to be open to things outside of what you know and what you're familiar with, because what you're familiar with is keeping you where you are. And that's no disrespect. That's just facts. So if I'm in an apartment and I want to move into a house, then I've got to do things, and I've got to find people who can help me get to buying a house, right? Like, I've got to go find a realtor. I've got to get my income in a certain position, or I've got to go to the bank and start talking with a manager or what have you that's going to help me get that loan, if you will, or set up that mortgage so that I can get the house that I'm looking for. I got to look at for the house itself. Like, what house do you want to live in, right? All of these things are important. I can't turn around and ask my brother to help me, and he lives in an apartment. You get what I'm saying? But this is how we view people sometimes, or we put them in positions that they are, quite frankly, not qualified for. Again, no disrespect to them. It's just facts. So at the end of the day, I'm just encouraging everyone to step outside of their comfort zone for whatever it is that they're looking for, because you're not going to find it where you are. You have to take a trip. Think of like just the simplest thing of going to the grocery store. Is the grocery store going to come to you because you simply want it to come to you, or you want something out of that grocery store? Or do you have to get up, put on your shoes, step out the door, either walk, drive, whatever, to point B? It's the same principle. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I feel like somebody here who's watching this is going to connect with this, because my nose just keeps itching me in the same place for no reason. I feel like that's a message, like someone is really going to receive this today. So I hope that you're taking notes, mental notes, or it just inspires you to go look about that particular thing, whatever that thing is for you, whatever just dropped in your spirit. I want you to act on that immediately. And if you can't do it immediately, like right now after this video ends, do it by the end of today. There's no more time to waste. So with that, I'm going to sign off. You guys take care. Be blessed. Stay blessed. I love you all. And until next time, peace.